Resign.
Let's bring in the managing director of rawstory.com, Mike Rogers. Mike is the reporter who broke the Larry Craig story, the senator who eventually left the Senate. Mike, good to have you with us tonight. You've been down this road of hypocrisy. You've covered it extensively. Basically, when Republicans do it, it's really no problem. Isn't that the way it works?
Well, you know, the Republicans are great, Ed, as you and I both know, and we've seen time and time again, about making it about people when what it's really about is principle, and they have no principles. And you just heard Priebus say exactly, I don't want to relive that, I don't want to go down that road. Well, of course you don't, because it shows just how hypocritical you are. Anthony Weiner has not built a career on espousing quote-unquote family values. Anthony Weiner has not done anything illegal, like David Vitter paying prostitutes. So I think that we know that they want to try to deflect, and of course they deflect from the real issues of the day the longer they keep this alive.
Now, there are plenty of Republicans who were willing to wait and see if Senator David Vitter and Senator John Ensign would stick it out and run for re-election. But if the ability to get re-elected is the standard, then they're certainly not applying that to the Democrats, are they?
Well, they know that Anthony Weiner is really safe in his district. They've been doing surveying. More people say that they would vote for him again. So it is something that's between Anthony Weiner and his constituents, and of course Anthony Weiner and his wife. And to see what the Republicans do is they don't want to talk about the actually documented illegal activities of their members, whether it's being arrested in an airport bathroom like Larry Craig or paying for sexual services like a David Vitter. They would rather focus on someone like an Anthony Weiner because they want to do it for their political means, not because they have principles.
Now politically in all of this, Mike, now this situation becomes polarizing for the Democrats, and it's put a lot of elected officials in an untenable position. They end up choosing up sides. How do you think this is going to play out politically? And of course, the Republicans are going to be quick to pounce on whichever is advantageous to them.
Of course, you know, the Republicans will sit there no matter what happens, and they'll make it about Democrats. And I think that Anthony Weiner certainly has his challenges in front of him. I'm not there to know his direct day-to-day relationship with his constituents. I can call the Republicans out and say if they're waiting to elect a Republican in that district, I'm going to pretty much guarantee you that there's absolutely no way that will happen on a political front. So they're really using this simply for political purposes.
Is this the most hypocritical thing you've ever seen in covering all of this? How does this rate with some of the other scandals that you've dealt with and covered?
Well, you know, this one is, there's nothing illegal that's been alleged at all by Anthony Weiner. So I think that in terms of the ones that I've seen and we've seen in the past, it's really the Republican ones that, again, go to break the law. They feel that they're above the law. You heard Priebus willing to revisit the important issues of their folks that are there, that they supported for re-election. They march as one group. When Larry Craig said he was going to resign and then he decided to come back, everybody was mum. So you have a man who was charged with a crime, and they defended him when somebody had something go on. Again, probably not the smartest move, and I encourage every one of these politicians to learn a little bit about social networking before they use it. But it's really not something that the Republican Party has any right whatsoever. I mean, in terms of being a moral compass for the country, the GOP has to be way behind the Democratic Party on this, and we know that.
Mike Rogers, rawstory.com. Great to have you with us. Thanks so much.
Always, Ed. Thank you.
With 6 state senators